What's up guys, Globe here and welcome back everyone to another Advanced Warfare video, and in today's video we're going to be doing a weapon comparison between the Bal-27 and the HBR-A3. Now both these assault rifles are pretty much, you could say, the best top assault rifles in the game, and then the most popular assault rifles people are going to be using in Advanced Warfare, and I'm going to bring these two weapons head to head to see which weapon is best due to their statistics. So if you guys want me to do more of these, be sure to drop a like down below and tell me for the next episode what two weapons should I compare next. So to get started, as you can see on the screen right now, we're going to be comparing the two recoil patterns between both weapons, and as you can tell already, the one on the left is the Bal-27, and as you can see the recoil is very tight spread, which means there isn't much recoil on the horizontal or the vertical, and because it is a close range weapon it is good. But if you move over to the right side, this is the HBR-A3, and as you can tell there is tons of vertical recoil, and it actually surprised me. I did this test 3 times on both weapons to make sure I got consistent results, and it seems to me that the HBR had a lot of recoil, but as soon as you add foregrip on that weapon there won't be as much recoil. To get started off with this weapon comparison, we're going to start off by using the Bal-27, and as I explained earlier, the Bal-27 does have a low recoil, so using close range battles this weapon is going to do great, especially if you're going to be using this weapon at medium range to long range. With the reload speed of the Bal-27, it has a reload speed of 2.40 seconds when the whole clip is empty, and this is very fast for an assault rifle, and I feel that in this game most of the weapons do reload fast anyway, but for an assault rifle that's very good. Moving over to the rate of fire with this weapon, it is 700 RPM or rounds per minute. Now how this gun works is the longer you hold down the trigger to shoot, the faster or the longer the RPM goes. Now it's around 620 RPM if you shoot normally, but because you hold it down it cuts off to around 700 RPM, and that's what the average is for this weapon, and that is very fast for an assault rifle, and usually that's typically an RPM of around a submachine gun. Moving over to the magazine size, this assault rifle has a magazine size of 32 to 48, and it's quite standard to have this for an assault rifle that does shoot very fast. Moving over to the shots to kill of this weapon, it takes 3 to 5 shots to kill with the Bal-27, and this is very good because it does have a high rate of fire with its RPM, and also the magazine size. It won't be too good on this weapon, especially because there's a high number rate of fire on this Bal. Moving over to the HBR-A3, as before, it does have a very high vertical recoil, as you saw by the pictures before, and to be honest, it's not that bad if you're at close range because it doesn't matter too much, but when you're at long range that's when it tends to matter. But what I found is as soon as you add foregrip to this weapon, the recoil is completely gone, so keep that in mind. The reload speed with this weapon when the full clip is empty is 2.6 seconds, and that's about average time for an assault rifle, but because this assault rifle is meant to be used medium range to long range, that's alright. The rate of fire on this weapon is 620 RPM, but because the RPM or how slow it shoots, it does make up in its accuracy. Moving over to the magazine size of this weapon, it's 30 to 45 in its magazine size, which is quite large for an assault rifle, but it's larger than the Bal-27 just because this gun's a bit more accurate, and I find I can at least drop 3 to 4 people per mag with this weapon. When it comes down to the shots to kill of this weapon, it's exactly the same with the Bal-27 with 3 to 5 shots to kill, and when it comes down to shooting this weapon, you've also got to factor in that the rate of fire is quite significantly lower than the Bal-27. Comparing both the Bal-27 and the HBR-A3, we're going to be looking at which statistics on each weapon is better in its own way. So to start off with the Bal-27, the recoil is low, whereas on the HBR-3, the recoil is higher, but you got to keep in mind that the HBR-3 is meant to be used at medium range to long range, and as soon as you add foregrip, it's all good to go. But with the Bal, it does have a low recoil, which means getting medium to close range shots is very good. For the Bal, it has a reload time of 2.40 seconds, whereas the HBR-A3 has a reload time of 2.60 seconds, and that's where the Bal wins. Moving over to the rate of fire with the Bal, as I explained earlier, the more you hold down the trigger or the shoot button with this weapon, the higher the RPM goes, which is 700, whereas the HBR-3 has a rate of fire of 620, making it more accurate. Moving over to the magazine size of the Bal 27, has a magazine size of 32 to 48, whereas the HBR3 has a magazine size of 30 to 45, and with both weapons they equal the number of shots to kill, which is 3 to 5 shots. So now that's both weapons compared, and as you can see the statistics are quite different because both these assault rifles are good and bad in their own way. So when it comes down to both assault rifles, the Bal 27 I find is to be more or less used from close range to medium range, and that's where the Bal shines, especially with its rate of fire. And the HBR3 is meant to be used as a weapon that's meant to cover the map from medium range to long range, and I find it's better to use the HBR around the medium range to long range mark, especially if it's recoil. You do want to add foregrip, and because it does shoot a little bit slow with the HBR, you do want to put on foregrip just to get the recoil down pat. But nonetheless, both these assault rifles are very good, and the HBR also has better accuracy than the Bal I find. So if you're going to be using both weapons, I would recommend the Bal 27 at close range and the HBR at long range. And the winner, I have to give it to the Bal just because it's solid over all ranges and the statistics are a little bit better. So if you guys have enjoyed today's weapon comparison video, a like would be so much appreciated. Let's even get 100 plus likes on today's video, and leave a comment down below and telling me what gun should I compare next. So hopefully you guys have all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Globe out.